For me, I think that was the biggest challenge, was like, how do I create a company culture without the office? And I think that's what a lot of people at the time of recording this are struggling to do. A lot of regular jobs here in America are trying to get everyone back into the office because they think that's what helps with company culture. But you guys, in a sense, show that we don't necessarily have to be in an office to, we don't necessarily have to be in an office to build a culture, but we just have to be supportive of one another and be willing to listen. Because shit, like we shared a lot of milestones. We went from, I don't know, Camilo being clean shaven to Camilo being no, you shared your story about your girlfriend, now previously ex, now girlfriend, sorry. And then so it's just the stories you share. And then Bernie living with her dad to following her passion in wanting to learn how to fly. And that's one of the things that I love, is like to get to be a part of that. And then, you guys sharing it. We're not like here, like, hey, here's what I'm doing. Okay, bye.
Yeah.
So, and then.
Yeah. And I think that helps a lot to offer your strongest part instead of just what you need for the business. Because maybe like I could just, I don't know, edit the bare minimum, or Alex, or whomever is working here. But whenever you are given that little extra confidence, that little extra like teamwork ethic, it's super cool to feel like your point of view matters. You can support the projects, you can give your point of view, you can add something else, something that maybe no one saw or no one saw that way, or like it's super obvious for you but not for the rest, or learn stuff. That's super important, because whenever you're in a group that you can't get anything valuable from, you're fucked.
Yeah.
Like, if you're in a group and you are stuck knowing whatever then why the fuck are you in a group? Like you could be doing that same thing by yourself.
Yeah.
But I think like the company culture we've created, I'm attributing a little bit of that credit to myself too, because I started like participating in the calls and stuff, and it's super cool to feel you add value to the business, to the editing, to the culture we make. That's super cool.
Yeah,
I think, and for me, it is simple. No, what makes it work is that I think what was lost in each and every, or most corporate setup, is they forgot that people are human. Everybody's looking straight into the goals. This is what we need to finish. Like you do this one, do the video, do the copy, blah blah blah, without even thinking that those are real people, without establishing the connection. So what happens is people tend to do things. Let's say I'm gonna do my shit, Camilo's gonna do his shit, and he won't mind what's gonna happen when it gets passed on to me or when I pass it on to Max. Because what happens is you are just doing it barely to crawl up. Everybody's just there to crawl up, not to work as a team. And I think what have worked for VP is that VP like employs human. VP didn't like employ, or VP didn't have like CEO, social media managers, video editors, graphic designers. VP is like a collection of humans that does things to make it work for the clients, right? Because sometimes it gets so centered into meeting goals that they tend to forget like the aspect why we're really here. At the end of the day, we're all it's the connection. And you could lose all the clients, you could lose all the money, but your connection with people stay there. And I think that's worth more than anything else.
Yeah, I really appreciate you sharing that. Both of you sharing that, because ultimately the culture is not just like, I'm not gonna cry, because I learned that the whole company culture starts from the top. So if I am super like just get to the point of it, then that's what everyone's gonna get, and then people feel like they don't matter, that they're just there to do the work. And I don't know, I think I learned this from Phil Jackson. I don't know if you guys know who that is. Phil Jackson is the coach for Chicago Bulls and the Los Angeles Lakers.
One of the greatest.
One of the greatest coaches ever. So I learned from his philosophy of like people, like getting them to honestly trying to get to know them as the individuals, see where their strengths are, and then see how we can use that, how they contribute to the team. And then to go back to the point of like how it starts from the top. If I'm goofy and vulgar, because that's just me, and honest, like the way I am, it creates a space where people can be open and goofy themselves. Because I'm pretty sure, I don't know how everyone was their first meeting, and if you all were first nervous, but it was like, I'm hoping that when the minute I start calling you guys motherfuckers and all that shit and started goofing off, I hope that works.
Oh my God.
So lesson of this part of the podcast, call your employees motherfuckers. just don't tell HR. But yeah, it's
if I ever create like someday my own company, I'll try to make it like VP. I think.
Call them all motherfuckers.
Yeah. And
Good morning, motherfucker.
build the same like goofy, fun atmosphere.
Yeah, because I think it's the communication is like, all right, cool, we have good time. Like in the beginning, we kind of do the check-in, and then we do the things we're grateful for, and then we get to business. We like the gratitude stuff. Let's be human first. Let's talk about what made us feel good, even if it's small, as in, I don't know, growing a mustache and
Oh my God.
or even, I don't know, waking up, like that feels good to share that something good happened. Because too many times like when we talk to our friends or when people check in, most people are just saying they just go off into venting mode. Oh, this thing happened, and we get too caught up in that. And then I wanted to flip it, or like, oh, let's feel good about something, anything, because so much shit happens.
Yeah, and not just that, but the fact that you can share the shit that happened, it helps a lot, because it makes you feel like your life outside work also matters. Like Vision Paradox knows you have a life outside of Vision Paradox, and that helps a lot to focus whenever you're working. It's okay, now I get my 5 minutes to spill the tea and complain and talk shit about whatever. But then whenever I have my resources, whenever I know what the fuck I'm grateful for or what did I learn last week, I have to get to work, because I already had my time. So yeah, I think that's super useful.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You guys are. I'm just remembering the shit that's happened outside of just the things we're grateful for, just things we're letting out. I think. I remember Bernie talking about people that I don't think you were going to talk to them anymore or something like that. And yeah, we've all, goddamn.